throughout the years that I was working, I was seeking that certain validation. I was after for being the best. I was wanting to prove something. I wanted to earn respect, earn the love coming from people around me. I was craving so much. Welcome to my very first episode of Awakening Truths, the podcast with Ana Santiago. This podcast is a sacred space wherein I share raw, sacred moments of how I shattered my old story to help me rise up to the person who I truly am. So I will be taking you back in the defining moments of my first Awakening Truths IG series, signature series entitled The Day I Choose Alignment Over Achievement. So this episode, I will be diving more, or we will be diving deep in the story of why have I chosen alignment over the achievements that I have earned throughout the years. Heads up, this particular podcast, I will be having it in bilingual. So meaning to say there will be two languages that you will be hearing in this podcast, which is English and Filipino. So for me to be more able to tell the story in a more comfortable and more convenient way for me. So going back to the context of this particular episode. So before I started in the academe, I was working in the hospitality industry, which is before going back to my alma mater to enroll for my master's degree and to be an employee of the restaurant training ground. I previously have my OJT training or my on-the-job training in a five-star hotel. So entering or going back to school, wherein enrolling myself for master's degree, and at the same time, I had seen a job vacancy in the restaurant training ground of my alma mater, which is I applied for that particular position. So entering the certain restaurant, I was passionate. I was really excited about what will be my job there. I was excited on the learnings that I will be gaining from that, and also at the same time, I had enrolled myself sa master's degree. Kung saan my schedule will be like this: 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will be working in the restaurant training ground, and at the same time, after my time, my schedule in the restaurant training ground, I will be having my classes 6 to 9 p.m. And after that, 6 to 9 p.m., I will be arriving late, approximately an hour and a half at home. So most of the time I get home by 11 p.m. And afterwards, at that particular time, I will be doing assignments, my presentation for the next day. And I will be waking up early to go to work, to prepare myself to go to work, which is in the restaurant. It go on for almost quite some time. It had been a routine, a cycle that I have been living in my 2 year span at my alma mater. And at the same time, a certain semester that I was being asked to be a part-time instructor for the subject of tourism subject. So I was part of the faculty for 1 semester, and after that I was back in being a full-time dining staff. Actually, I was questioning myself because I feel like I needed to prove myself to the certain alma mater, because majority of the people that I work with in the dining restaurant or the restaurant training ground, and the faculty members are also my former professors, that somewhat I feel like there is an intimidation between me and them, that they are looking down on me, or I don't know if I was thinking of that lang, but I feel like I needed to prove myself to them, to earn their respect, that for them to treat me as their colleague. Because I feel like they are treating me as their student pa rin. I'm still a student, that I'm not part of the faculty, I'm not one of their colleagues. I feel that certain distance, or the certain intimidation between me and my former professors, who are also my colleagues at the same time. And during that time period, might be I had been questioning na myself, na parang I don't see myself working in that certain institution anymore. And that is the time that I decided to leave the certain job, which is a dining staff, and to look for a different job. Actually, I was eyeing to enter the enter the hospitality industry. I was applying for hotels, but luckily, I was redirected again to teaching. That's when I entered my previous institution, or the previous college institution that I had worked with for 10 years as a full-time faculty. Where in this particular institution, I have gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of insight. I'm very grateful to that. But throughout the years that I was working, I was seeking that certain validation. I was after for being the best. I was wanting to prove something. I wanted to earn respect, earn the love coming from people around me. I was craving so much. The reason why I was craving that much, cause I don't have that confidence with myself. I look for the validation from external, from people around me, other than the validation that I have with myself. And that certain seeking of that validation, seeking of that approval came from a certain wound that I had been carrying all throughout my life. And that will be in a different story or a different episode. I will be talking about that certain wounds that had been the one that influencing how I deal with people around me. So it go on for quite some time. I was happy. I was enthusiastic about what I'm doing. I was so eager to go to work early. I was prepared. I was enthusiastic about being the professor, being the teacher, the best teacher for my students, and also being known to share a lot of insights, going out of my way, bending backwards, doing more than what is being required in the certain job, until I came to a certain point in time that might be I have this certain sense of unfulfillment because I become drained. I don't have any outlet. So that was the first couple of years. So I stayed in that certain institution for 10 years. I was with them. So there had come a time again that I tried to question myself. What am I going to do? What am I going to start? Then I entered different activities, such as I entered also networking. So to look for that sense of fulfillment, sense of happiness that I wasn't able to receive it from my job. Which is with my job, cause the reason why I'm looking for that fulfillment, cause I wasn't paid abundantly. I was doing too much in the certain job itself, or being the teacher. I was staying late. I was going out of my way for the subject even though it's not required. I was doing so many things so that the students will feel fulfilled, feel satisfied by having me as their professor, and to the extent that I was losing myself along the process of trying to prove myself worthy of the title of professor, the title of being that best teacher that they had come across, for to be the person that is qualified to share knowledge, share insights in that certain subject. And by doing that, I didn't know that I was losing myself along the process. And again, I found that spark again. It go back to I found a different outlet wherein I become an advisor of the school choir, and at the same time I become a member. That is the time that I channeled my stress, the burnout. I was looking for that fulfillment that I wasn't able to receive from being paid from the institution. I went out of the dynamic to find a different outlet, which is being part of the school choir. I joined them in competition. I became their advisor. And at the same time, again, what I did with my subjects, kung ano rin yung ginawa ko do sa mga subjects na going out of the way, doing too much. I also did it again in being the advisor of the school choir. I went out of my way to the extent that there was a period in my time at the school that I was suspended. Jury, hindi ako nakakapagpahinga ng maayos, hindi ko nababawi yung naubos ko na energy in what I'm doing. And that is the reason why I accumulated the number of tickets of violation of being late in the school because I was burnt out actually. And now I realize the reason why I wasn't that early to school. I was drained. I was consumed. So, there was not a time that I was able to rest. Wala akong panahon makapag-rest. For the knowledge of those who will be listening to this podcast, I was working 6 days a week, actually 7 days a week, and approximately 12 hours, 12 to 13 hours a day. Why? Why had it gone that way? So I was working Monday to Saturday in the school. I had no days off because I was the very generous teacher or generous faculty that I don't complain. Why don't I have a day off? Hindi ako nagko-complain about not having a day off, unlike with my other colleagues that they have a rest day, a day off. And at the same time, in that period of time that I was working from Monday to Saturday, and at home, I need to do daughter duties. I need to do household chores. I needed to cook meals. I needed to do the laundry. I needed to do the groceries. In reality, I don't have a lot of time of rest. And that led to this certain situation that I have earned a lot of ticket of violation that had led me to be suspended for I forgot how many. I was suspended for almost a week, yata, a week or two from the school. And that gave me another realization that I needed to bring balance. But then again, still, I was going out of my way. So it had come along the way of it had become a loop in me. So there was a time that I will be having that certain realization and I will be going back again to my pattern and until pandemic hit by 2020. So that was the turning point. That was the time that I was able to stop, really stop, and contemplate on certain things. That was the time that I questioned myself. Where am I going? As I can remember, I was 33 that time. And I had a lot of debt. That was another story. Again, another episode. I have a lot of debt and at the same time, there is not an assurance of when we'll be coming back to work again. And also, and I don't have money in a sense that I don't have savings because I was reckless. I was, what do you call that? I'm a shopaholic. I have that certain mindset. I don't value money that time. And that was the realization that I have. That was my turning point during that period of the pandemic. I was forced, or every one of us was forced to be inside of our houses. No way to be able to go back to work, and at the same time not allowed to go out of our houses unless you have a special permit to go out of the house. And that is the time that everything had sink in, everything had been brought to surface, the current situation that I had, that I was burned out, I'm not fulfilled, I was not satisfied, I was not paid abundantly, I don't have savings. Instead of having savings, I have accumulated a lot of debt. When it comes to my financial situation, I'm more on spending. I don't have much, I don't see myself valuable. I only prioritize other people around me. That is the time that I have totally awakened that I started to question. what I my achievements that I have gained. I gained a master's degree. For what? Now there is no meaning for the title anymore. I have this certain achievement as an assistant professor. Then for what? So there had been a lot of questions during that period and time. And again, returning back after the pandemic naman, we'll back again, thinking that I had a new sense of handling the situation and an awakening. I thought I had it all figured out. But then again, it had been another pattern, almost going there to another pattern. But this time, there was a certain last triggering straw, when my mother was not diagnosed, but when my mother got sick, that we almost thought that she had COVID. And I was asking the school if can have it work from home, if I can work right at home so that I can take care of my mother. And they didn't approve on that. And that was the really triggering point, that even though if it's really important, an emergency, they will not be approving the leave or approving my request. So that was the time that I really contemplated on certain things, that it's not going to happen this way. I'm not going to stay in this certain company with this kind of mindset, kind of way of handling the situation. And actually, I was thinking of resigning right away, then and then. Pero pinag-isipan ko mabuti before I decided to really file for a resignation. Okay, so this is what I told myself, that okay, I will be having this 1 year span of preparation. Then by the next year, it's either I'll go or I'll stay. So that was the time I had rendered another semester with the school, and then came the time when I decided to really sit and really to figure it out if I'm ready to take that leap or to jump. So I asked the cards. So for those who don't know about, again, I am a tarot reader, and before I do what I'm currently doing, I was also part of the institution. And I asked my cards, so should I resign? I seek guidance from the cards itself. So it said yes, but I was totally not quite sure if I'm doing the right thing. And there was a nudge in my head that if I didn't do it right now, then when? Or I will be regretting it for the rest of my life. Actually, I do know the decision that I needed to make. I'm just seeking confirmation from the cards. But when the card had given me the same answer over and over again, that is the time that I decided, nah, it's finally time to file my resignation. Actually, no one was expecting me to resign because I don't complain. I really don't complain about my situation, my financial situation. No one knows about my struggle, my pain points. No one knows about it. No one knows why am I resigning of all the people in the certain institution. You're going to resign. So all of my colleagues was shocked. All of them was surprised that I was the certain person to resign because I'm no longer satisfied. And one of the reason, actually, it's part of the reason why I wanted to resign, is I wanted to take care of my mom, para maalagaan siya, and no one's going to take care of her. And before I resigned, she encountered an accident that time wherein she had to have stitches on her head. And also that was talagang the triggering point, that real wake-up call, that I needed to file this resignation, or else I will be regretting it for the rest of my life. Not only with the situation of my mom, but also with my soul, because it's getting louder and louder every day that time. My craving, my certain seeking for answers, seeking for that certain clarity that and also that certain fulfillment. Because I was doing those certain things for almost 10 years out of alignment. I was out of alignment. I'm not totally aligned to who I truly am. And by taking this certain leap of faith, stepping outside of my comfort zone, filing my resignation, had helped me rise up to the person who I truly am, which is now a soul alignment coach, spiritual guide, and a tarot and oracle card reader. So, if you are a certain individual that had encountered this kind of situation, as a similar situation in your life, I would like to encourage you to share your story in the comment section of this certain episode. I would love to hear it from you. I hope this certain story had steered, or if it had steered something in you, I will be willing and would love to guide you through on how you will be journeying back home towards yourself. So if you find this interesting, informative, and also what they call that satisfying and awakening, do share this video to anyone that needs this certain story or certain insight the most. So this is what I got for each and every one. So I'll see you on the next episode of the Awakening Truths podcast. So if you wanted to avail my services, the tarot reading, the coaching program, you may click the link on my bios in my platforms, Instagram, Facebook page, Soul Tribe Tarot Reading Services at official Soul Tribe PH, or in Coach Ana Santiago, or you can go directly to the link bit.ly/meeting with Ana Santiago to book the particular session that you are drawn the most. I would love to guide you through in this certain journey to help you rise up to the person who you truly are. So this is what I got for each and every one of you. Thank you for listening. See you on the next. Signing off for this episode. Your coach, Ana Santiago, your soul alignment coach, spiritual guide, and a tarot and oracle card reader. See you in the next. Sending you much love and light. Bye.